there, my sexy Aries. Welcome back. Let's get into this. See what's going on in your energy. Spirit, give us a clear, concise message here for Aries, please and thank you. Something's telling me to pull from the bottom of the deck, so... Okay, first card out is the Four of Swords. Five of Swords. Nine of Swords, okay. I'm going to shuffle again. Something's telling me to go ahead and... Wait a minute, one more time. Pull from the bottom. 3 cards. 1, 2, and then 3 cards. All right. Okay, so this is what Spirit is guiding me to do. Shuffle and then pull 3. All right. Until we have this reading. This is definitely about somebody, a broken bond with somebody. Okay. Oh, here it is. A broken bond, or maybe you getting away from a family member. Okay, here you go. We got this at the end. Let's dig deeper and see what else is going on here. Somebody might be having trouble sleeping, insomnia. That might be confirmation. A lot of thoughts going on in this reading. A lot of thinking. A lot of mental stuff. You know, basically just a lot of mental stuff. Yeah, I'm hearing somebody needs to take a break. Like maybe you might need to take some time off of work or take some time to self-care, take care of yourself. Maybe even need time to reflect on things here. Or it might mean like you need time here to reevaluate things, you know? Like step away from a situation so you can clear your head. That kind of energy. Maybe it's time to go ahead and think about things, you know? Because it looks like somebody here might be... Okay, so you might find yourself in a situation where you're getting forced into a situation that you don't want to be in. Or maybe into a situation where you are... Let me see, how do I say it? Like into a conflict that you really don't want to be involved in, and it just turns out to be a nightmare. Like your mom calls you and says, "Oh, your sister says this," and then next thing you know, you're in the middle of everything. You know, that kind of energy, huh? Yeah, so basically what I'm getting is like before you step into this new battle, because that's how it's coming out, like a new battle here. You know, it's time to take some time for yourself and recuperate, because it looks like you've been through a situation. Like I said, maybe somebody here is having trouble sleeping. You need to break away from the stress that you're under, or your physical. It could be physical as well. It doesn't have to be mental, right? So like physically, you're just physically exhausted and need time to rest so you can regain your mental and physical strength, you know? But with the Nine of Blades, I do feel very strongly that this has something to do with a very difficult situation. Somebody has pulled you into a difficult situation. They're pressuring you into something you don't want to get involved in. You might also be finding yourself worried about something here. Or you might have some kind of anxiety about something here. Yeah. I do feel like you're dealing with somebody around you who doesn't want to accept the truth about something. And it looks like for whatever reason, them not wanting to accept something is like you're letting go of a situation because you're like, you're tired, you're changing directions, or you're doing something different. I'm hearing somebody here is freeing themselves or getting themselves out of a mental situation, needing to, you know, that time that you needed to rest, take time for yourself. Finding freedom. You might be finding freedom from these people as well. Let's see, who is pressuring Aries spirit? Let's see if we can find out information about that, because looks like you had somebody pressuring you because they wanted to create something. Okay, so, or it could be a Gemini as well. So you had a magician who was trying to pressure you into something. Lovers in reverse. They were trying to change the outcome of something or hoping to change the outcome of something. Spirit is saying to face your fears. You might have a fear of pushing against this person, or you might have a fear of not making this person happy. You know, so whoever this is, it's not telling me exactly, but it is very high on the Gemini energy. Okay, it's like you don't want to disappoint this person. You just don't want to go against the grain. So it makes me feel like this is like your mom or something, right? But with the Lovers card in reverse, it could be an ex-lover, right? But it seems like this person wanted you to change directions of something or change something, huh? I don't know what it could be. And you found yourself like in the middle of something that you didn't want to be in the middle of. Okay, and it's like they were trying to push you to hurry up and make a decision, like whose side are you on, Aries? That kind of thing. Like whose side are you on? But they wanted you to do something quickly. Yeah, it's giving me the mom vibe. Or this could be something that's about to happen. Doesn't have to be your mother. It could be the mother of your children, your sister who's a mother, right? Something like that. But it's definitely somebody in your family, somebody who is important to you. We have the Nine of Cups energy. I feel like you're definitely in that energy of wanting to make yourself happy. Okay. I think you changed your energy away from this person, because they were trying to push you so hard, push you into something you didn't want to get in the middle of, and it just seems to be a nightmare and something that was stressing you out, causing you to lose sleep, you know. And I'm hearing that you already have a lot on your plate, so you're already stressed out. You don't need any more stress. You don't need any more excitement. For one of you with the Two of Cups in reverse, maybe you cut ties with that person. Let me see what's going on here, Spirit. Hermit in reverse. I'm hearing that right now is the time for you to go ahead and start reevaluating. How do I explain this? What's going on in a relationship? Okay, especially when it comes to something about like how much are you willing to do for the other party? I think this is somebody that has always pushed you into doing things that they wanted or doing things their way, and now this is encouraging you over here to go ahead and start reevaluating, because before you make a decision to do anything or before you come out of isolation, because you might have been in isolation or maybe you just pulled back your energy for a while, it's like you need to evaluate where this person is pushing you to. It's time to go ahead and start thinking about what all battles is this person including you in that you don't want to be involved in, because there does seem to be something about you not really wanting to put in a whole lot of effort into the things that this person feels is important, that kind of energy. You might even be finding yourself feeling frustrated because of this, them constantly pushing you into things that you don't want to do. So basically, it's saying to evaluate your time. How much time are you spending fighting battles for this person? Or how much energy are you putting in to these little battles that this person wants you to be involved in, right? Or issues that this person's having that they pull you into. That's energy, that's your time that they're taking away from you. I do feel like this relationship has run its course, to a certain degree. And it seems like you don't really care to put a whole lot of energy into this person or that relationship anymore. There's an energy of like they burned you up. They burned you up, they've have you burned out, you're just exhausted. Sometimes you can't sleep. Sometimes you're just going through periods where the stress that this person is putting you in, the situations that this person is putting you in, is affecting you mentally. And soon, if you're not careful, you're going to start getting physical elements, physical it's going to affect your physical health of because of all the stress that this person's putting you into. I do believe right here, Spirit is saying it's time for you, Aries, to take the time that you need and step back from that relationship or whoever that person is to you and start, focusing on your own goals and your own needs and where it is that you want to put your energy into. I do feel like this is somebody in your life who has a lot of influence on you and a lot of it's given, the reason that this is why I feel like it's apparent because of how this person's able to pull you into things and how they just expect you to be part of whatever it is that they have going on. Even though you have your own life and you're an adult now, and you know what I mean? So it could be a parent, or this could just be somebody that you had a relationship with, an ex, and they just keep pulling you into things that has nothing to do with you, So, yeah, it's time to go ahead and let this person know that they're on their own. And, if they start their own little wars over there, they need to be the one to take care of it themselves instead of always asking you. Because with this right here, it's like you're drowning. This person is causing you to drown, could be even financially. But it's like under this weight of all this pressure that this person is putting in on you, it's like you're carrying it all on your shoulders. And it's a lot. You might even find yourself feeling very overwhelmed, because of what this person is putting you through. And you might even be neglecting other parts of your life because of this person. I knew this guy. He used to come into. I used to work at this convenience store. I was working at a convenience store as a cashier part time, and he used to come in. And his ex-wife, he was married, but his ex-wife was constantly doing something like this, and and I told him his new wife was getting mad about it. He came into the store to buy a beer, and he was telling me about it. And I told him, you know, because he was like, it's just a habit. And the wife that he was married to at the time had a big problem with it. Excuse me, my alarms are going off. And his previous wife was having problems with it, and I told him, why are you doing that? I don't blame her. And he was like, it was just a habit. So this could be a habit. He said it was just a habit. Every time her toilet overflowed or something, her car broke down or something like that, she was always calling him. But this person's calling you into like some kind of battle, or some kind of conflict with somebody, right? But the thing is he said that, it was just a habit to do these things, because he had been married to her. I don't know. I don't know. It was a long time, like 20 years or something. But so this could be a habit. Like you're just in the habit of doing something for this person. That's the point I'm trying to make here. You know what I mean? And I do feel very strongly that this person is causing a lot of imbalance in your life, maybe even causing you to become unorganized, like in your home or your car. You look around your car and you're like, ugh, it's dirty, ugh, the house is dirty because you're so busy invested in what this person has. Okay. So I do feel like this person is adding more stress. Like you already have stress in your life, right? And then you have this person adding more stress into your life. To the point where, you're just having trouble focusing and staying focused. So Spirit is saying it's time to just let that go. Let that person be independent on their own. This could be somebody who's constantly claiming that they're independent, you know? Could be somebody who's always saying that they're an independent woman. Well, she's an independent woman. Let her go and take care of her own battles. I don't mean to be mean, but seriously, take care of her own battles now. It's done. Um I don't mean to be mean, but I'm an independent woman. So, but if for real, I can hear this person saying that they're an independent woman. Um so let her handle her own battles. That's what I'm trying to say. Spirit is saying, let it go. Time to let it go. Oh goodness. Okay. Um and when you do that, you're just gonna start releasing stress and you're gonna feel better. And you're gonna put, a lot of more effort into your own life here. Hmm. Yeah, because you know what? I was right. I was right. This is going to cause you severe stress to the point where it's going to physically affect you here. It is. Okay. Tell me more about the Four of Coins. Oops. Tell me more about the Four of Coins, Spirit. What's going on there? Five of Coins. See, if you continue this road, your physical health is going to go down. And not only that, but it's going to make you broke. This person might end up putting you in the poorhouse. I mean, I'm not joking. Putting you in debt or putting you in some kind of financial bind, where you're going to have to give money to somebody. So, or this person might be pressuring you, and this might be one of you, but, pressuring you for money, and it's going to end up putting you in a financial bind. For one of you, I'm hearing that when you need help and you need this person to come and do something for you, that this person leaves you out on the cold. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny, when they need help, they expect you to jump up and go help them. That kind of energy. So let them do their own battles. Basically, that's what it's saying. Let them do their own battles, okay? I'm worried about this that came out at the end, guys. Because you have two cards that indicates lies. I think this person's been lying to you. Spirit, give us a clear, concise message here for Aries. Oh, Ten of Swords is coming out in reverse. Looks like this person's been lying to you about things. Oh, look what came out. You are going to make a decision. You're going to find out, if you haven't found out already. For one of you, this could be a past situation where you found out that this person was lying to you to your face. And then there you are going off and arguing with other people for them. Trying to help them win this battle, and then only to find out that they were lying about things to you, to your face. That's why or if it hasn't happened, it's going to happen, Aries. You're going to find out. And when you do, you're going to free yourself from that person. You're going to get away from that person, changing the direction of your life and moving forward. If you haven't, you're going to see the truth about this person. And that's what's coming out. You seeing the truth and the lies that this person has told you being exposed. Wow. And all that stress that person put you through, I think you're going to be mad. Because this person has put you through the ringer, had you doing things for them, constantly standing next to them, constantly arguing with people, adding more stress to your life. I think you're going to be angry when you find out that this person has been doing this to you and lying the whole time about that situation. So now I understand why this came out. See, the Magician came out over here, but I wasn't sure. This is somebody that is creating an illusion. So they're creating an illusion like, hey, Aries, this person told me this and that. And you're like, what? They told you that? And then you run over there and start arguing with the person because you're believing this person. You know what I'm saying? That kind of energy. And only to find out at the end that they lied to you the whole time. They just wanted you to stand up for them. They just wanted to see how far they could push you. Wow. You're going to cut that person out. You're going to cut the person off. That's the only way you're going to have peace of mind, because if you continue with this person in your life, they're going to stress you out and it's going to affect your health, and they think it's funny and it's not funny. And they're doing it for no reason. That's what's the worst part of the whole thing. But I feel like this is going to be your opportunity to move on, to get out of this bond with this person. Because obviously there's a bond here between the two of you, and they're taking advantage of it, But this is your chance, Aries. It's going to be your chance to move on, to plan ahead, to move forward in your life away from that person. That's what I have for you, Aries. This is what came out of your reading. Apparently, somebody's going through this and somebody needs to hear this. If you haven't found out that this person's been lying to you and they keep throwing you in the middle of battles, well, guess what? You're going to find out that that person's been lying to you. And they just been wanting to see how far they could push you, to see how, because for one of you, you might be like, I'm just going to say it. Maybe you're a little bit hot headed. Maybe when you hear things, you're like, what? And then you just, go in and start arguing with people without getting all the facts first. I'm just going to say it. Or if you're not, then this person is just making you look like that kind of person. You know what I'm saying? Because the way that they're pushing you to get involved into things that are not your place, really. You know what I mean? So, anyways, Aries, thank you for joining me. Catch me in the next one. This is what came out, guys. I hope it helps you. I hope you got something out of this. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all take care and enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Bye bye.